We're recording, guys. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do number 2. It's because I did this for you in class. So I'm gonna do number 2 for you guys. Now, first off, you're asked to classify the conic section. There is a formulaic way that involves like looking at the constants and like there's like these conditions, like if the constants do this, blah blah blah. Seriously, just take a look at it. How many square terms got? 2. Okay, so it's not a problem. It's probably only have 1 square term. You have 2 square terms. Are both the square terms positive, or is one of the positive and negative? So I purple out. So I purple have to have 1 negative, 1 positive. I purple out. Now, say I'm a circle or ellipse, but the coefficients are different. So which one is it going to be? Ellipse. Good. Now you know it's going to be ellipse. What's number 1? What do you think number 1 is going to be? Circle. Circle colon. How about number 3? Probably 1 square term. Right. How about number 4? Oh, no, hyperbola. Nice. 1 point. Now, here's 2 negatives. Like this, you guys. Guys losing it. I'm going to let everyone test. No. I'm really upset about that. Anyway, that's another story. But negatives. If I make 2 negatives, then of course it would be the opposite ellipse, right? They're the same sign. So you have an opposite sign. So I have to make sure it works correctly. Oh, actually, no, that wouldn't matter because you have to complete square anyway. I mean, complete square adding new constants won't matter anyway. They'll just go. But I'll make sure whatever problem I design, I'll make sure you get perfect squares when you're putting it back in standard form because I don't want any messy numbers. You know, that makes my job hard to grade. So let's do 2. 2 is totally an ellipse, right? And generally speaking, it's going to look something like this, right? X minus h squared over blank squared plus y minus k squared over blank squared equals 1. I don't know if it's a major or minor or vertical or horizontal. I don't know yet. We're not doing square. That's what lots is. I know there's gonna be a number below x, a number below y. I don't know which one's bigger yet, so I didn't want to use the A or B just yet. So let's put blank square. Okay. Now, how do I complete square? Group the x's, group the y's, right? X squared minus 10x, 4y squared plus 16y. And then the 37 will go to the other side. Cool. Now let's go through the motions and complete the square. What's half negative 10 then squared, guys? Half negative 10 then squared. X minus 5 squared. So you get add 25, add 25. And then here, I should have actually pulled out a 4. So I'll just kind of do it right below. So I have to add 4 over here. So I have to add 16 here. Yes, correct. Good. Good. So I get x minus 5 squared.
Oh, wait. Don't you want to do minus 25 on the right?
No, plus 25.
Because
add 25 to both sides.
Because on the left, you have x squared minus 10x. That gives you positive 25 on the left.
Half negative 10 is 5 squares.
Like here, you end up with x plus 25 and then you add it here.
Yeah, you have to add 25 both sides.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Seahawks mistake there. Okay. No, it was a Niners defense against Minnesota Monday night mistake. No, Tavares Ward mistake. That was terrible. I was so upset about that. Because I had Niners defense and I was so mad. I was gonna get the pick. All right. Then divide by 4. And the Seahawks won, so I shouldn't talk crap about Seahawks. All right. Anyway, so that's standard form, guys. We got it. We got in standard form. And then state the important characteristics. So what are important characteristics? The center, the foci, the vertices, the co-vertices, right? So my center is going to be 5, -2, right? And that's, of course, 2 squared and 1 squared. So 5, -2, let me do a quick plot down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I obviously did not give you guys enough space. So you have to use separate paper, guys. I apologize. You'll have to use separate paper for this because I didn't provide enough space here. 5, -2. You have to go 2 left and 2 right. Is that correct? Yep. So my vertices will be 3, -2, and 7, -2. My coverses have to go up 1 and down 1, right? Up 1, down 1. So that's going to be 5, -1 and 5, -3. My foci, c squared equals a squared minus b squared. C squared is 3. C is plus or minus √3. So you have to go √3 left, √3 right. So roughly here and here. So that'll be 5 plus or minus √3, -2. You use a squared minus b squared for foci. Yes, exactly right. I might provide some formulas. Okay, if we do a big, well, I don't know. I'd have to let me get back to on formulas. I might be okay providing you guys some formulas because I know it's a lot of formulas going on here. But anyway, that's what we get, right? So you'll do the same for 1, 3, and 4. Okay. Questions? We're good? Okay. Since the word problem deals with I'm not sure what the word problem's dealing with. Let's take a look at let's do 6. Let's go back and review parabolas again. Okay. So your vertex is at -4, 3. Your foci is at 1, -3. Oh my goodness. You're right, dude. Sorry. 1, -3. So probably has to do something like this, right? So it's totally sideways. So it's going to be y minus k squared equals 4px minus h. That's the formula you would have to use. What's your h and k here? Y plus 3 squared, x plus 4. And what's p going to be, guys? But -5. It's going left.
Wait, I thought it would be -5 was going the other way.
Oh, sorry. It's +5. My bad. You're right. You're right. My bad. You're right. It's 20. Sorry about that. Yep. And actually, you know what? I've decided I am going to give you guys formulas. And I'm going to print these right now so you guys have access to it. I will give you guys these formulas, okay? I won't tell you what the letters represent, but I'll give them to you guys. Let me print. Okay, I'll pick them up in a little bit. All right, questions on 6? No questions, we're good? All right, so you guys will try 5, 7, 8, okay? You guys will try 5, 7, 8. Okay, let's keep moving, guys. Here we go. Okay, guys, quiet, please. Okay, word problem. So there's a new concept I haven't talked to you guys about yet. It's called eccentricity. Eccentricity is a measure of how elliptical your ellipse is going to be, but also going to be applied to the other conic sections as well, especially circles, because circles are not elliptical at all, right? They're circular. I'll have a discussion about eccentricity for circles in just a little bit, but eccentricity is defined as C over A, where C is the distance from the center to either focus, right? Either foci. And A is from the center to either vertex. And it's a measure of how elliptical. Is it very oval? Is it more circular, you know? It can be applied to other ones. I'm not going to apply it to other ones for this class, but it can be applied to other. But it can be applied to a circle. I'll explain just a little bit how it can be applied to a circle. But let's take a look at, we'll do 9. I'll do 9 with you guys. All right. So the eccentricity of the orbit is 0.751. The length of the major axis is about 11 million kilometers. Find the equation of Nereid's orbit. It's one of the moons of Neptune. Fine, whatever. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this orbit like this, where the center is at 0, 0. So force the center at 0, 0. That's gonna make your life much easier. Assume the center is at 0, 0, okay? So the major axis is 11 million, and I'm gonna make the major axis X too. You make it Y, I don't care. But if I make the major axis, assume the major axis is horizontal. So what are gonna be the x-intercepts here then? If 5.5, totally right, 5.5 and negative 5.5. Okay, so that's A. So C over A equals 0.751. Okay. So C over 5.5. So what's C can equal?
Like 4051.
4.305. Nice job.
Wasn't far.
Yeah, 4.13. We'll say 4.13. There we go. So C squared equals A squared minus B squared, right? C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So then you do 4.13 squared, 5.5 squared minus B squared. And let's solve for B. Actually, we don't really need B. We just need B squared. What's B squared going to be?
13.183.
Yeah, I'll say 13.19 because we don't really need B. We just need B squared to get the equation. So my equation is going to be this. It's going to be x squared over 5.5 squared plus y squared over, I'll just say 13.19 equals 1. And actually 5.5 squared, let's just calculate that. What's 5.5 squared? 30.25. Let's make that 30.25. And there you go.
6.6.
Easy peasy, right? Count good. Yeah. So great question, great comment. So how does this relate to circles? Because if you have a circle, right, A and B are the same. A and B are the same. So A and B are the same. It's A squared minus B squared. 0. So C squared. Because the center does not have a focus. Because the focus is the center, right? The external. So in this case, eccentricity is 0. When E is 0, that's a circle. Yeah. Ellipse is going to be between 0 and 1. When it's 1, I think it becomes hyperbola. I'm not 100% sure, but I just care about more for ellipses for the sake of that. So you guys will try 10. And again, the answer key is all here. Like if I look at 9, so let me show you 9 really quickly. Yeah, that's exactly what I got. So it's all right here. Okay, so it's all worked out. Okay, let's keep moving, guys. No, it's ellipse. You'll find out. You'll work it out. Yeah. All right, guys, let's do this next one here. Let me work out. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 and 7. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 and 7 on the next set here, guys. This is 9, 7. I'll do number 3 and number 7.
Are we doing 3?
No, you guys can do that as on your own.
Wait, so we're just working on our own.
Not now. I want to move on to the next step. I'm only gonna do 2 more problems, guys. And after that, you guys can start working. So 2 more problems. Okay. All right.
Which problems are there? Number 3 on the next page?
On the next set.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So I think you guys will appreciate these problems because this is really more algebraic. And to be honest, it's really going to be either substitution or elimination, one or the other, whichever probably substitution might be easier for number 3. Because if you look at the second equation, right? The second equation, I can get y squared by itself. Does that make sense? How I isolate y squared in the second equation. Now, what do I do? Plug into the other one and replace y squared with x plus 5. You can do that too, sure. Yep. Which I'll probably factor out anyway. And look at here. Things cancel. What cancels? Yep. Factor out 5x. And I'm almost home free. Very nice, right? I get 0, -5 is x. If x is 0, then y can be plus or minus √5, obviously, right? So that's 2 answers right there. If x is -5, then you really have no choice but y is 0. So we have 3 points of intersection. Which makes sense because you have an ellipse and you have a parabola. They can touch 3 times. That's possible. A parabola and ellipse can touch 3 times. Can also touch 4 times. That's possible too. They can never touch. That's a possibility. I could do that to you guys. If I'm in a really bad mood, I'll do that too. No, just kidding. But there could be no solution. That's a possibility. Captain, go ahead. -5, 0. Because I got 2 x values when I solve this. So then I throw it back into this equation. And I solve for the y values that go with it, right? Great. Great question. Let's see that, Yvi.
So for any of these x and y values, you can mix and match them as an intersection point.
Yes, 100%. All right, good.
Mix and match like zeros. Like if I have
What do you mean?
if I set one equation equals 0 and the other equation equals 0, so I like both set them equal to each other.
Yeah, but if you have 2 variables, you won't be able to solve it.
Okay. Because I tried doing that, but then I realized I could multiply on both sides.
Wait, say that again?
So if I have like x squared minus x equals 0, I could
Okay.
multiply that by 5 and it would still be equal to 0. But then when I set it to something else.
Yeah, as long as you have just one variable to work with, then you're fine. Yeah, you could do that. But you don't want to do that if you have 2 variables and you have one equated 2 variables, made it worse for yourself.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we go. So, according to this, these do touch 3 times, -5, 0. So you can totally check your work in Desmos too. And that √5 is 2.236. And you have plus or minus, so yeah, there you go. But I have the solution key anyway. That shows all have worked out. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do 7. And then we can wrap things up. Okay, for 7, I would not do substitution. That's gonna be way too complicated. I would do elimination instead. What happens when you eliminate these? What do you get? 2x squared -16x equals 0, right? If you eliminate, the y squares cancel, the -y cancel, cancel. So again, -y squared, all this stuff cancel. Factor out 2x. 0 and 8, love it. Then you gotta solve for the y values that go with them. That's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but we'll deal with it. If x is 0, yeah, 7, yeah. You get -y squared plus 8y equals 24. So y squared minus 8y minus 24 equals 0. Oh boy. Wait, did I do that right?
No, that last word should, that 24 should be positive.
Hold on.
If you go on the bottom.
You are correct. You are correct. You're correct. I messed up. Okay, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna do quadratic. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. That'd be cruel. Even in a bad mood, that'd be really cool. So why? But does that still work out? Yeah. So hold on. I think we're onto something here. So, okay, if you quad form it, you have 8 plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. Oh, looky.
With no soul.
That's going to be a negative underneath the radical. So x equals 0 is not valid. We can't have it. It's no good. X equals 0 is no good. Won't work for us. It's extraneous. Well, now you know it's extraneous because it didn't work. As you go through the process, you'll know. No, you don't have to go back and look. No, I know what you mean. Not like the radical stuff. Let's do 8 next. If I do 8 next, I get 64 minus y squared minus 64. Okay, same thing's going to happen, right? Everything cancels when I plug in 8. So, yeah, they don't intersect, guys. Same thing. So the answer is no solution. Yeah, because you have a hyperbola and an ellipse, right? Yeah, the answer is no solution. Let me double check the answer key. Yeah, it's no solution. Now, what you could do to check your work or make sense of it, right? And then I'm done talking. So I need to give my voice a break. Yeah, so see here. Let me punch this in. X squared minus y squared. So x raised to the second power minus y raised to the second power minus 8x plus 8y equals 24. Then this one, let me just copy and paste, make my life a little easier. X squared plus y squared. Oh, come on, man. Here. X squared plus y squared minus 8x. Yeah. So actually, I have a circle. Sorry, a circle and hyperbola. They don't touch. So there you go. That makes sense. They should not touch. Okay. So we still have another, what, 28 minutes? Yeah. Let me go pick up the homework quiz. You guys work on that. And then the rest, I'm gonna have you guys work on this packet. Just do as much as you can, and do as much as you can before Friday. And then we'll see how you guys feel about the stuff on Friday. I'm gonna update now because you're not gonna have as much time as I hoped. I think having to do all of it's too much. So even though most of it's solutions, this packet, but I'll put an update. I'll just start the first page. I'll do it.
Can we give all quiz first?
I'm with Eddie Gates and Eddie is at 1. The first 5 or 6 on 5. You take the same notebook and this is all 5. Some of that like people like yelling out and calling them maniacs. You call up to go home or you look up to them
I'm actually watching so many you guys are talking and I'm learning my
Gates actually like
you're wondering why I'm very scary.
I wasn't like
I wasn't
he was wheeling.
I was
He didn't play with us.
he was that's pretty good. I don't listen to him. I like listening to him a little bit different better than Jason.
He's fast.
Okay, both these are ACT style multiple choice questions. These are actually the second to last question these both exams, and both are on the list.
No, not for anyone. I like paper.
I'm surprised you free question.
Like easy. I think you easy to apply. My aunt, I told her, Thank you. Oh yeah, we had that. You guys get a list of both after. Kind of. You have to be really big. Oh, yes, right. Yeah. We're zooming. Accelerated. Yeah, we are. We just